This Valtenzu Alibaba bike is going to fly in today's video. We got the tuning device ready to go. This bike is hauling ass, and it only took a $30 dongle to get it to go super quick. I'm no expert, man, but this tuning stuff is pretty simple. I will have the stock settings and my tune settings at the end of this video. Welcome back, guys, to part number 3. You guys have been asking me and blowing me up to make this part, and this is where we're gonna tune our Alibaba $650 Valtenzu electric bike. So without further ado, let's get into it. There is something I wanted to show you guys on this bike that I thought was pretty cool and interesting. So to access the motor and access the chain, this is a pop-off cover. These are just little rubber garments right here, and the cover completely pops off. So it normally will look like this, and you can do it to the other side as well, and all you do is grab it right here and pull it. It is a little tough to get out, but you can see how the back of that cover looks. I just thought that was a clever design to access the motor. But anyways, back to the tuning process. So right now I have the dongle plugged in. This is something that you're going to need. You can buy this on Amazon for about 33 bucks. If you want to get it for $10, you can order it from Alibaba, the same place that you would order this bike from. But keep in mind, it's going to take 30 to 45 days to get. I think it's just worth spending the extra 20 or 23 bucks to get this. And you're going to plug it into this little port right here. It has some cables in the back that are brown and green. There's a red and black. There's a straight black one, and then there's a green and brown. So you're gonna see this cable. It's not connected to anything. You can't mismatch it. It's gonna plug into that cable only, so you can't mess that step up. There's 2 bolts down here that you need to take off to access these cables, and I just basically pulled it down like that. Something I highly suggest is taking the battery out and routing this so it's in here, so when you flip up the seat, you can always access this very easy, so you don't have to keep taking this cover plate off. After that dongle is plugged in, you want to turn the bike on. You're probably going to get an error code on the display. That is perfectly normal because this bike will not function under power when that tuning device is connected. So keep in mind, if you're having an error code and you're freaking out that you messed something up, all you have to do is unplug the dongle, turn the bike off, turn it back on, and you're perfectly fine to go. Now the next thing would do, get the FarDriver app, open it up. You're gonna have to set up an email, an account, and verify your email, stuff like that. I'm not gonna show you how to do that, and I highly suggest if you wanna do your own tweaks in here, you totally can, but go watch some videos of people showing you. Voltron Watts has a very good video kind of overlaying a lot of these changes that you can do. I am no expert, keep in mind. And also, if you're doing these mods to your bike, it's definitely going to do a lot of wear and tear compared to how they originally had it set up. So just keep that in mind. Do it at your own risk. Do not blame me if anything happens. We're going to wait until Ryan Goodyear has a really good solid tune. He's doing a lot of testing. So this isn't going to be my final tune. But if you already have the bike and you want to go 42 miles an hour, this is basically how to do it. So we're going to come in here to Open Pro NBLE. This is going to give us our advanced settings. You're not going to want to change much. I didn't change the rated speed. Don't change the voltage because this is 48 volt. Cool thing about this though is if you have a 72 volt or 60 volt battery, you can drop one in here if it fits. You just have to change the positive and negative that go to your battery, the plug and connector and whatnot. And you just come in here and change it to 60 volt or 72 volt, whatever you put in here, and it will work. You just do the auto learn and you're good to go. And you can have a lot more top speed, which is super cool. I love these FarDriver controllers. But anyways, rated speed, I didn't change that. Rated power, I did put the 2500. I think it was at 2000 because on their website, this is a 2500 watt e-bike, or that's what it says. The main thing that you want to change, come down here to ratios and speed. If you want, put all these to 100. I stopped at 100% at 6,000 RPM. After that, I started dropping it by about 5%. So you can do that. You can change the settings. You can do it however you want the bike to feel. If you want it to have half the power when you kind of ease into it, you can. But if you want all the power, you want it to feel real snappy, change that. And the biggest thing I changed was limit speed. That's at the very bottom of that. 8,000 RPM. That's gonna wind out the motor a lot more. And all you have to do is come at the bottom, hit save. There's a bunch of other settings you could do, but I'm not going to go through a whole lot. And let's now see how fast this thing is. And keep in mind, this is only my second or third tune on this, so I'm kind of curious to see what it's gonna do as well. Something that is cool I wanna show you guys before we go on the ride is what the free spinning speed is. So here we go. Let's kind of ease into this. Let's get it up to 3. 1, 2, 3. So check this out. Last time we did a speed run on my other tune, it was 41.48 miles per hour. So 41.5 miles per hour for my last tune. I'm really hoping to push 42 or 43 miles an hour in today's video. Let's hit record on here, get the bike turned on, pedal assist 3, let's go. Already a very nice noticeable throttle, like that is definitely more punchier, especially with having that 100% down low and all the RPMs. Definitely more responsive for sure. Yeah, so far this feels like a different bike. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see what our top speed is. 1, 2, 3, full throttle. 35, this says 39, this says 37. It's off by like 1 mile per hour, maybe 1.5. 41 on here, 40 on this display. Come on, 41. I'm gonna tuck a little bit down. Come on, you can do it, bike. 42 miles an hour. Let's tuck a little bit more. Come on. We're gonna start going uphill a little bit. Still 42 miles an hour with a 163-pound rider on here. So if you were definitely like 120, 140 pounds, you're probably gonna push an extra 1 or 2 mile per hour out of this thing. That is good. I am still going to verify the speed on my phone real quick. Make sure no one hits us. Thank you for not hitting me. All right, so moment of truth. There we go. 42.29 miles an hour. And keep in mind, this bike stock was 37 miles per hour. I tuned it and got 41 in my last video or my short that you might have seen on YouTube. And now it is pushing almost 42.5 miles per hour. The fact that this thing is seriously $650. I know a lot of you guys were mad saying it's not $650. It is $650, but there's shipping and customs and stuff like that. So it does come out to about $800 to $900. Just depends on where you live. A lot of people are getting this bike for about $830. I gotta say now, trying to hold about 30 miles an hour, it's real twitchy now that we turned everything up to 100%. So I thought it'd be interesting to show you guys these batteries side by side. I have a 4th battery that's in this bike that I haven't taken out yet because I want to show you guys how it comes out. It's not as easy as a 2TO or the RTR I have over here, and I'll show you what can really help if you want to remove that battery quickly. But anyways, long story short, this is the Soleil 01 2TO battery. This is an Amorge battery, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name of that. It's 72 volt, 25 amp hour because I do plan on upgrading my 2TO to 72 volts. What I wanted to know is if these batteries will fit in this bike. And the battery I have over here is from an RTR. It's way too big. It's not gonna fit. It's not even the same shape or anything like that. So this battery is out, but these two look like they will fit. And if you come over here, it's not a thumb screw or anything that you can hand loosen. This would be my suggestion because it holds on with this bracket right here. I would get thumb screws for this. I would replace these because they are 10mm bolt. So you're gonna have to carry a socket or a wrench to do it. It's not as easy as all these other e-bikes. Get thumb screws so you can take them off with your hand. So I got the battery out now, and this is how it looks, just so you guys get an idea. It looks like you got a decent amount of room down there, and it does sit at a slight angle, so if you can see it from the side without that battery in there. You can also remove these side covers if you want. It's just these 2 bolts right at the top. I think they make the bike look a little bit better, but it's cool because you can take these off, paint them, do whatever you want. But here we go with the batteries side by side next to each other. You can see that the Valtenzu battery that's right here is taller than the 2TO battery. So now what I want to see is if the 2TO battery will fit in this bike. So the stock 2TO Soleil 01 battery is now in the bike. You can see you actually have a lot more clearance at the top. So you have a lot more room to fit a bigger battery in here, which is super nice if you go through another company or something like that to make you a custom one. It'd be cool if this would work though, because after you do put the bracket on, it comes nowhere near the battery. So yeah, you can probably bend these or fabricate something, because if you put it like this, it actually would work, but you would have to figure something out. Or you could put a strap around the whole thing if you want, or you just leave it like that and it might bounce around a little bit, but hey, it fits, right? Next, let's see if the 72 volt battery that I had custom made for my 2TO fits in there. Well, holy shit, this battery actually fits in there better than the stock 2TO battery did. It's a little tiny bit wider, not by much. It's pretty much almost the same size, but it's just like a millimeter like wider, and it fit in there really snug. This is the perfect size from width side to side. The only thing is when you do get this bracket, unfortunately, it doesn't go over, but this is the good news. You could bend this because it's sheet metal. You can definitely stretch this to go all the way over to both sides, and I bet you can get these bolts back in here. And you don't have the connections like you do on the stock 2TO battery right here. They're up here, so that's perfect. I think this is a winner if you do have a 72 volt battery laying around. You just want to throw it in here, especially if you have a 2TO and it's upgraded. this will hands down work beautifully in this bike. And yeah, this one's just not gonna fit, so we're not even gonna try. So that has given me an idea for part 4 or part 5 of this video, where I'm going to put this battery in here instead of putting it in my 2TO for now, just to do a quick video and see what top speed we can get out of this battery being 72 volt. So here's a quick update. As I was making this video, this company, Amorge, that I had for the 2TO originally, they now make batteries for this already. So that is super awesome. I'm gonna put the charts up on the screen right now. Let's start off with the 72 volt. I'm looking at it myself, and the perfect one that I see for me, for if I was gonna build this thing, I would do the P50B cells. That's gonna give you the best cell possible, but you can always go within your price option. You can see them right there. So all you have to do is send them an email and you'll be good to go and pay that price that's on their website. You also can get air shipping or just a regular standard shipping. That does take a little bit longer to take, but hey, you have options on how much you want to spend. Going over to the 60 volt, it's nice that you can fit a 35 amp hour battery in here. And then going over to the 48 volt chart, you can fit 40 amp hours in here. And if you want to go back to this information, you can always pause the video, screenshot it, whatever, just so you have this information for yourself for the batteries that fit in this thing. So now let's do a test from 0 to 30 or something like that. Let's see how fast it picks up speed now. 1, 2, 3. Way big difference. I mean, 20 already, 25 already, and 30, just like that. That's crazy. It's really quick. I'm just so surprised. Like, there are bikes that you're gonna pay $2,500 to $3,000 to go this fast. And look at this, 40 miles an hour. We're gonna hit 41. I feel it still wanting to go faster and faster. And boom. We could have almost hit 42 miles an hour if I had a little bit more stretch of road. You can use my tune for now, and I will do another video sooner or later when Ryan Goodyear comes out with another video. And there's also another spot you can buy the dongle as well. I believe they have fast shipping, and I'll mention that in a separate video. But so far, this bike is hauling ass now. I definitely probably killed my range though by doing all these modifications and stuff. I mean, it's not really modification, it's just a quick tune that you just do on the fly. Anyone that has a phone and the dongle can do this. It's very simple to do. Just know that it's gonna probably void a warranty and you could mess some things up. So make sure at the end of this video, you can see all the stock information that was on the controller. I took screenshots of it. And if you wanna use my settings, you can. And then wait for another video. Join the group pages as well. There's a group page for this thing. Look for Valtenzu EM-5 group page. You'll find it on Facebook. Join, you can talk to everybody if you have questions. You can also find me on there. You can send me a message if you like, and I'll try to reply back as fast as I can. I really appreciate you guys watching the videos. This is a very fun bike. I mean, I can't just believe how fun it is. And also, I told you the other panel comes off. This one comes off as well. So if you want to access this side, you can. And I can't wait to take this thing off-roading and see how much better it climbs in another video. Until then, I'll see you guys. You guys are the true VPs of this channel. Peace out. Damn, of course I leave is when all the packages come to my house. I was only gone for like 10 minutes.